Well, I was on this great roll and realized I had my camera in the wrong setting. You see, don't have to be perfect to build a business. You have to be in action though. Now I heard it said, and this is true, if you are not taking any kind of action, there is nothing that it can be fixed. So, I was talking about I can't and how that shuts down all your possibilities. Instead, change that to how can I? When you start asking the question, how can I? It allows you to open it up so that your brain can work like it's supposed to. It actually works on questions. Kind of the same way as Google does. If you think about it, it's not too different. When you go into a Google search, you have a particular question or concern that you need to solve, right? So, a lot of the time I think you probably even use how can I do some certain thing. Okay, so instead of saying I can't, I say, how can I get that done? I'm going to tell you a story on how that actually worked really well just recently. It's not happened yet. This is still in the process. But it's pretty exciting actually. I shared it in our women's group. And that is that I wanted to be all in with my company. Now that's not just a mental thing, it's also being all in with the products so that I can be positioned right, so that I can pay for, so that I can participate in all the possible sales that are available. So the top product at this point in our company is $3,500. Now, the very first thing I bet comes to your mind is, oh, I can't do that. I don't have the money. That's what almost everybody does. And I did it too. But what did I do? I went almost a year without coming up with a solution, even thinking I wanted to be all in, but I didn't have a way, so I kept saying I can't. And so because I kept saying I can't, no solution came. So I decided I had to change that. So I started thinking, how can I be all in? How can I make that happen? Now, it didn't come instantly, but one of the things I was inspired to do, which was really scary, because my husband is not with me on this. He wants me to succeed, but on the other hand, you can tell by the way he talks, he doesn't believe yet. Well, he doesn't believe because he hasn't seen enough sales yet to believe. And yes, I made a $1,000 sale last month, but the daily sales are not as substantial as I want them to be, and so I can't show him great big results. Okay? So, to go to him and ask him to finance this when he's been doing a lot of that already in a lot of ways. I've asked him for money to go on trips. I've asked him for money for some of the other products. And I've asked him for money on a whole bunch of other things we won't go into today. So asking him for the money for this was scary because I, number one, pretty much expected him to say no. And actually he did at first. But then I went back, I felt inspired to do this again, and I didn't know how it was, how that was all going to turn out, but I felt inspired to go back and ask again. So I did. I went back and asked, now let me clarify, are you saying no, or are you saying you're working it out? Because it kind of made the indication that it's possible that he wasn't exactly saying no. So I got him to clarify. Now we had been talking about refinancing our house. And it's a good time to do that right now. The interest rates are lower than they've ever been in quite a while. And I think ours are around 6.9 or something like that. It's not as low as it could be. So we went to the bank that's been working with us for a while, and they said that, they gave us several quotes. Apparently they believe we're a good risk. We've been paying on our house with them actually for about 10 years or more. I mean, it's been bought out a couple of times, so I'm not absolutely sure on that, but anyway, they made it possible for us to get a loan. We're still in the process, like I said, but what he said to me was, no, I didn't say no. What I did say is I'm not going to do it on our credit card. So what we're going to do is refinance the house and take a cash out so that you can pay for that product that's $3,500. Now, he doesn't understand all the reasons why that's important to me, but because I was brave enough to go and do what was scary for me, not being sure what he was going to say, I actually got a yes.